Hi guys, it's Kadence. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I thought that I would do a story time about something that happened that was pretty crazy and pretty intense. So make sure you grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, sit down and watch to the very end. So keep in mind, before we get into the story, I was only 17 when this event took place, so I wasn't legal to drink and I didn't have a fake ID or anything. Another thing to remember is I wasn't out as transgender at the time. I was just like a gay male, but I was like genderless, you know, I was like gender bender status, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I was confused. This event took place a couple years ago in Wendover, and for those of you who don't know what Wendover is, it's just like a small little part of Nevada, and it has kind of like a Las Vegas vibe. So it has like casinos and entertainment and like nightclubs and stuff there. It's kind of like a small Las Vegas. Me and a group of friends decided to go out to Wendover for a night. Another group of people actually ended up coming with us. We're driving out to Wendover, we get there, we get to the casino that we're staying at, we check in, go up to the room, and me and this other girl, we start getting ready, and all the other people are doing cocaine, which I don't do. I've never done cocaine. I'm not about that life. So me and this other girl finished getting ready and be cute little innocent girls. They were done doing what they were doing, we were done getting ready, so we go down to the casino and we went to the bar and got a couple drinks and, you know, got our night started. And like I said, keep in mind, I was only 17, no fake ID, never got ID'd, never asked about my age, nothing. So we got our drinks and we decided to start gambling, so we're just sitting there gambling, laughing, having fun, whatever. About like 2 hours later, we decided to go to another casino, and Wendover has like a little shuttle bus thing that takes you around to all like the different casinos and nightclubs and whatever. So we got on the shuttle bus and then we go to the second casino, and this is where things get a little bit weird. We get to the second one and we get more drinks and we're just gambling. I'm sitting there gambling and a cocktail waitress like taps on my shoulder, and I turn around and it's a shot of tequila and a rose right next to it on like this huge silver platter. But she's like, that guy sitting over there at the bar bought you this drink. And so I look over and he's just like smiling whatever, and I'm just like smiled back, and then I took the shot. Let's call him Tim. So then he ends up walking over and he like taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, great, it's another shot. But no, I turned around and it was him. And like, he was pretty attractive. I mean, he wasn't like ugly or anything, and he was only like, I don't know, late 20s, early 30s, and next thing I know, this guy is just like throwing money at me, like just a whole bunch of ones, like one after one after one after one after one to keep gambling with. I'm getting like showered in money, and we're just like making small talk, whatever, and he like sits down next to me and like we start gambling, and then he's like, hey, do you want to go back to the bar and I'll buy you another drink? And I was just like, you know what, you seem chill, you seem nice. The bar's literally right there. My friends aren't far, like we could see each other at all times. So I told my friends, I'm like, hey guys, I'll be right back, I'm gonna go to the bar. So I'm sitting at the bar where me and Tim are talking, and he ends up ordering me another shot of tequila, which he was obviously trying to get me drunk, because why else would he be shoving tequila down my throat? He paid with a $100 bill, and then the bartender brought me my shot and then $90 back, like the change. And Tim was like, oh no, you can keep the change as a tip. Bitch, where's my tip? So I think he was like trying to make it known that he has money, because why else would he leave a $90 tip? I mean, that's a little bit ridiculous. So we're just like sitting there, we're talking, he was asking me if I'm transgender or if I'm gay. And I told him, I'm like, I'm not transgender, I don't believe in gender. He was kind of looking at me like, bitch, you're transgender, you just don't know it yet. Hi, point proven. But anyway, so we're just like sitting there making small talk. I find out he's from Utah too, so he's just like being really nice and like chill and friendly, like he wasn't being like creepy or anything. But out of nowhere, all of a sudden, I'm just like sitting there looking down at my phone, and like we're still talking, he just like puts my phone down on the table and he grabs the back of my head and he starts shoving his tongue in my mouth, and I like instantly I pull away. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, like this isn't what I want, I'm just here with my friends, like we're just trying to have a good night. We just go back to talking, and then next thing I know, he puts his hand on my thigh and he's like sliding his hand up to my crotch. I like push his hand away and I kind of like turn away from him a little bit and like I cross my leg. He doesn't say anything, but like he backed off for a minute and he didn't try anything else. I went to the bathroom. Every time I'd use the guy's bathroom back in the day, I'd always go into a stall. Like I never use the urinals or anything. I'd always go to a stall. So turn around, open the door, and Tim is standing there, like literally right there, and it was only me and him in the bathroom, and he pushes me into the stall, and then he locks the door, pushes me like forcefully pushes me up against the wall in the bathroom in the stall, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I was like freaking out, and I'm like, I swear to God, if you don't fucking get off of me, I will scream rape. He has me like pinned up against the wall, and he takes off his underwear and his pants. He puts his hand on top of my head, and he's trying to like push my head down. I was like freaking out. Like, I honestly, like, I started to get like scared. I started to get tense. I started panicking. I was freaking the fuck out. Like I said, it was only me and him in the bathroom, and I kept yelling, but like no one was in there. Like, no one could hear me, and of course it was in a casino, so it's really loud outside the bathroom. And this guy is like, just keeps trying to like push me down. I'm just like, okay, you know what? You're fucking creepy. And I kick him in the balls, and while he's like bent over, I run out of that bathroom stall, and I run to my friends to find out they're not there. Are you fucking kidding me? So I call them, and their phone's dead. I call the other group of friends that came with us that was at the other casino, and I'm like, hey, are you at that casino? I'm coming right now. Like, this guy is trying to frickin' molest me or something. So I go to the other casino. I don't know where that guy is. I was like just hoping he was just like gone and like would leave me alone. Meet up with a group of friends or whatever, and then we're sitting there and we're playing blackjack at the table, and this guy taps on my shoulder, and I turn around and it's him, and my heart literally just like dropped like it sank. We need to fucking leave Wendover right now. Like, I told my friends, I'm like, come on, get in my car, let's go. They're like, well, we can't, you know, we've been drinking. I'm like, fuck. Obviously that didn't happen, so my friends are like, yeah, don't worry, like, we'll take care of you, like, we won't let anything happen. I was so freaked out that he was gonna try and drug me somehow, but like every time I'm in like a setting like that, I never leave my drinks or anything unattended. Like, I'm always holding a drink in my hand, never set it down unless it's like around people that I really trust or whatever. But still, like, I was still freaking out like somehow he would drug me or whatever. I'm literally just like ignoring him at this point. Like, I'm not giving him any attention. I'm not talking to him. And then one of my friends gets up and like walks up to him and was like, sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to kindly fuck off. He just like started laughing, and he was like, he bent over and he started whispering in my ear, and he was calling me like his love and that I'm beautiful, and he was telling me all the dirty things you want to do to me, or how about I rent a suite tonight and me and you can go back to it and we can have a fun time. I have a camera set up ready to go. I was still like, I was just like ignoring him, and his phone rings. And I hear him get on the phone. He's like, oh, hi, babe, blah, 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 blah. How are the kids? How are the kids? How are the kids? Are you fucking kidding me right now? So I turn around. He's like still on the phone. I'm like, you have a wife and you have fucking kids? And like, he hurry and hangs up. I'm like, you're honestly the definition of disgusting. Like, get the fuck away from me right now. Nothing is registering in his mind. Like, he's still just like staring at me and like trying to touch me and trying to grope me and whatever. So me and my friends, we get up and we just like start walking around, and we're trying to like get this guy to leave. So we hurry and get on the shuttle bus, and then we go to another casino, and he missed the shuttle bus that we were on, but I guess he got on the one right behind us and followed us to yet again another casino. And like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to get rid of him or whatever, and it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning at this point. I told my friends, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to a security person or someone that works in the casino and tell them what's going on. I'm walking and I'm trying to find either security or like a casino worker or just anyone really. This guy was of course following me. He was like right behind me, not saying anything though. He was just following me like he was like my bodyguard or something. So I see a casino worker and I walk up to him, and like, I didn't want him to know that I was like, you know, trying to get security called on him, because I don't know what kind of person he is. I don't know if he's violent. I don't know if he has any weapons on him. I don't know if you like freak out or what. So I walk up to this casino worker and I was just like, hey, your slot machine over there is broken. It needs some help. And I'm like pointing to myself, and like that guy's just like looking at me like, bitch, you're drunk, go home. And I was like, the slot machine is broken, it really needs some help. I think you need to call security so no one like steals money or whatever out of it. And he just like slowly walks away. I'm like, okay, well fuck you, you're no help. So I walk up to another casino worker and I say the same thing, but like I emphasized help and security. So I was like, hey, your slot machine over there is broken, it needs some help. You need to call security, blah, blah, blah. And this guy's just like looking at me and was like, what? And I was just like, your slot machine is broke, it needs some help, it need, like, call security, call someone. And the guy's like, okay, I'll call maintenance, and just like walks away. I'm like, you guys are literally so fucking dumb and so fucking stupid to not pick up on that hint. I mean, come on, like that's obvious as hell, is it not? I'm just like walking around just like, okay, what do I do now? Like, I didn't want to get the cops involved because I was 17 and I didn't want to get in trouble, especially in another state, you know, I didn't know what would happen. I'm looking for security, but you know, security, it's hard to tell security apart because they dress like normal people. I see this huge, like 7-foot tall man. Like he was like massive, muscly, and he was like buff and like bald head, and like he just like looked like a bouncer, and you could tell that he was like head of security or whatever because he was wearing like the tuxedo, the red tie, the little name tag, and I was like, okay, bitch, you're the one that I want to talk to. So I walk up to him. Tim is still just standing behind me, not saying anything or whatever. Just like, hey, the guy standing right behind me, he's doing this, and this. And this guy literally like jumps into action. He hurrying steps in front of me, and Tim's just looking up at him like, what? The head of security guy like says something over his little walkie-talkie. It was like code blah blah blah, code blah blah blah. And before I know it, cops and like 7 other security guys come rushing up behind him. They tackle him, they handcuff him. I'm just like freaking out because all this is happening like right in front of me, and this guy is on the floor with like cops all over him and security guys all over him. He's in handcuffs. He's like, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking find you, and just like being totally hostile towards me and like saying some pretty scary things. And he's like, I will find you and I will fuck you up, blah blah blah. I'm just like, oh my god, he's like gonna fucking murder me or something. And we both live in Utah. He is screaming, he is kicking, he's calling me a bitch, he's calling me the C word. Not to mention, there's actual real cops all around us right now, and I'm only 17. I am like drunk, and I'm just like, oh god, I'm gonna go to jail too. And then he's gonna be in the same cell as me, and it's just gonna be worse. A cop walks up to me, he's like, hey, I'm gonna need to get a written statement from you. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And like, I was acting so sober because like I didn't want a cop to be like, how old are you? Anyways, so the cops and the security guys go back to Tim, and they're like walking him out to the cop car, and I just like slowly slip away from the cops and from security because I obviously was not 21. I like ran out front, and then I got on the shuttle bus, and then I went back to the casino that we were staying at, and like I don't know where my friends were at this point. I was so mad at them because they all left me and like they weren't answering their phones or whatever. I'm like, wow, you guys like are really shitty friends. We don't even like talk anymore. Like a whole bunch of stuff went down between me and all them, but like honestly, like that's a terrible fucking friend. Like that's so shitty of them. Like they knew everything that was going on and they just like left me, and I was just like, you know what, fine, whatever, like fuck you. I get back to the casino that we're staying at. I go up to the room that we were staying at, and I realized I didn't have a room key. Like I said, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning at this point, so I was just like, I'm done. I'm like pounding on the door, no one's answering. I'm calling everyone's phone's dead, and like one phone I heard ringing inside the room, so like I knew that they're in there. They're just like passed out. So I'm like pounding on the door, and finally they answer. I go in, I pass out, and that was that. All in all, it was really crazy. If this guy, Tim, is watching this, I hope you got what you deserve, because that's not okay. I don't know how he explained that one to his wife, but that'd be pretty funny. Anyways, that was it for my crazy story time video about what happens when I go to Wendover. So I hope you guys liked it. If you haven't seen my last video, go watch it. I'm talking about my legal name and gender change in voice therapy, so go check it out. Make sure you like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that fun stuff. I'll put the links in the description box down below. And like I said, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all next Thursday.